Alright, what is up everybody? Hello. DSP here on the stream. Welcome to my gameplay stream for Sunday, April 10th, 2016. Hope you're having a good day. So far, so good here. Still suffering from my allergies, but feeling a little better than I have been all week. Still got the swollen throat. Still got the nasal drip and a little bit of congestion, but it's actually a lot better than it was yesterday. Yesterday was really bad. Today is a little better, so that's a good sign. Today's gameplay stream will be something very different. Very out of the ordinary. It's certainly not an ongoing playthrough or anything. It's actually going to be my trying out this new Battleborn open beta. This actually went live Friday on the PlayStation 4. And it continues all week. I believe that in a day or two it goes live on the Xbox One and PC. If you're not aware, Battleborn is the new game from Gearbox Software, the same studio that developed Borderlands. Now, other people are also saying, yeah, but they also made Aliens, Colonial Marines, and the Duke Nukem, and those games sucked. But I'll be honest here. Let's not be unfair to them. Those games were pretty much stuck in development hell, and were only finished by Gearbox Software. They already had groundwork laid. They pretty much just tried to get them into a functional state so that they could be sold. When it comes to games that they designed from the ground up, I'd say more often than not they're pretty decent, right? Borderlands 1 and 2 were pretty good games. So Battleborn. Yet again, ladies and gentlemen, I hate to say it, kind of following along the fad, the current fad of team-based shooters. Yeah, again. So, just in the past few months, we've had The Division, now we have Battleborn, and then we're going to have Overwatch. All within the course of the same 2 to 3 months of release. Yeah, I know. It is a fad. I'm sorry. A lot of people say, oh, it's not a fad. It is. It absolutely 100% is a fad. Right now, it seems that if you can get a game where you can get a bunch of friends teaming up for kind of repetitive, online-based, cooperative shooting gameplay, that, you know, these games are doing well. And this is another one in that line. Now, at least when you come down to Gearbox, they've been making shooters, they've been working on this kind of stuff for a while. So you have to believe that it's gonna at least be half decent. From what I'm gonna understand, this game has MOBA aspects integrated into it. How that's actually going to be implemented in the game, I'm not sure. We won't know till I actually play it. And the bottom line is this: I have not actually seen any gameplay footage of Battleborn. I said, you know what? Why spoil it? I'm going to be playing this beta today for around 3.5 hours. You know, completely blind, pretty much. And so, to see all this stuff for the first time, you'll get my honest reactions and feelings about it. And you might see, you know, for someone who's playing this kind of a game for the first time, what my impressions are. So that's a good thing. Now, I'm going to be honest with everyone. The Division came out in March. And if you remember, there was actually a beta for The Division. But I was very busy at that point with the other stuff that I was covering, including Street Fighter V at that time. And I was unable to play that beta. And so, when The Division came out, I kind of asked everyone, you know, should I get this game or not? Do you think there's anything in this game that's worth getting and playing and doing coverage of a playthrough of it? Because, you know, the last team-based game, the heavily team-based shooter game that I had played, which I would compare it to, would probably be Destiny. And didn't really catch on. People didn't really enjoy the coverage too much. You know, I played through the story. I did a little bit of the kind of optional content at the end of the game. And people were kind of like, meh, there's not really much to show about this game. It's not very interesting. Overwhelmingly, people contacted me and said, don't play The Division. And I was like, damn, really? And they were like, yeah, this is a game. It's fun if you have a group of people who you're going to be playing with all the time. But outside of that, it's just a bunch of grinding. And you're probably not going to like it. And it's not going to be any kind of, you know, a gripping playthrough. And so now that these other team-based shooters are coming up, Battleborn and Overwatch, I'm kind of on the fence. Should I get these or not? Are these games that if I play them, people will enjoy watching me play? Or is this just going to be something that's, you know, kind of a repetitive grind? And it's cool if you have friends and you want to play it with your friends to kill time or have fun as a social kind of an experience. But it's not really something that would lend itself to my style of gameplay and commentary. So I don't know. Okay, I don't know. And the good news is, I do actually have time in my schedule right now to check out this open beta for Battleborn. And that first week of May, the Overwatch beta is actually going to launch, and I'm going to be checking that out as well. So at least for my purposes, I'm going to firsthand be able to get a taste for these games and decide for myself, gee, is this something worth buying when it actually releases and playing, or should I hold off? Okay? So that's cool. I actually am kind of disappointed that I did not have the opportunity to do the Division beta, because at least then I would have been able to judge for myself, but because I was so busy with Street Fighter V back in February, that just didn't happen. So we'll see. I'm curious. Totally blind going into this today. 3.5 hours. Let's see what happens, right? I do like stuff that Gearbox Software puts out, but it doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to like this one. We have to see firsthand for ourselves, all right? Alright, so that's going to be today's gameplay stream. And later tonight, I'll be doing the weekend preview to explain how I'm handling this week, because this week's going to be an interesting week. A balance between the continuation of my Dark Souls 3 playthrough, which is going to, I think, will probably pick up in a big way, because everyone's going to finally get their hands on the game this week. The worldwide release is finally this week. And people have already said, you know, we've been holding off on watching your playthrough, but once we start playing the game for ourselves, we'll jump in and start watching it. And that's going to be cool, because finally a large chunk of people, right, who normally would watch that playthrough are going to jump in, and probably will get, I'm hoping within a couple days people will get caught up and maybe start attending the streams more, and we'll get more interactivity. It could be a lot of fun. So we shall see. We'll see what happens with that, but I'm having a lot of fun with Dark Souls 3. In addition, Ratchet & Clank comes out this week, and I'll be playing that. So I'll be balancing Ratchet & Clank with Dark Souls 3, and I'll probably be doing maybe a little bit more Persona 3. Later in the week, if I get a little burnt out on everything that I've been playing, I'm very strongly considering doing another session of Street Fighter V online gameplay. I haven't played Street Fighter V since Alex was released a week and a half ago. And I am really craving it. At this point, I find myself, you know, saying, damn, you know, this is a game that, even though the matchmaking sucks, when the matches actually work, it's a fun game. And even though it's not necessarily the most balanced game, I do enjoy playing it with Rashid and with Zangief. And, you know, I just kind of scratched the surface with the new character, Alex. And I would like to play it a little more. So maybe I'll be doing that later in the week. We'll see. And then, of course, anything that happens during the week, I may be able to vlog about it or do maybe a reactions video. I may, based off today's gameplay, I may actually do kind of an impressions video about Battleborn for KO Gaming later this week. Okay, we'll see how things go this week. Alright, everyone, so thank you for joining me here on the stream. This will be a fun week, I think. Oh, FYI, I was going to say this too. Tonight, I'm doing a lot of stuff for the patrons. So if you were a patron of mine in the month of March, lots of stuff going on tonight. I'll be setting up accounts to be upgraded on my forums. I'll be doing a few private Q&A videos for people who qualified. So a lot of stuff's going to be pumped out tonight for the patrons. And I'm hoping tonight to set up the new goal for this month, which I think you're going to like. I'm not going to spoil it yet. But I'll be setting up the new Patreon goal for this month tonight. And should be a fun week. It should be a fun week of balancing between the two major releases. Maybe some Persona 3 and other stuff in there. I'm looking forward to it. I hope you are too. What else? Not too much. Not too much else to really talk about right now. I'm just trying to shake these goddamn allergies. They really do annoy me. And, I mean, I know you don't hear it too much on the stream, except for pre-stream when I'm talking constantly. You hear it, but it does. It pisses me off I have to go through this every year. I'm very happy that I live in Washington. It used to be way worse in Connecticut. Like, I remember the year, whatever the year was that I was playing South Park: The Stick of Truth. What was that? Was that 2013 or 2014? I don't remember. That was the worst year ever for my allergies. My throat swelled up huge, and I was having trouble breathing. I sounded absolutely terrible in every video. I'm very happy that at least to some extent my allergies have kind of calmed down a little bit since I moved to Washington. So it's funny because on the East Coast right now it's freezing fucking cold. Some places it snowed. Yeah, on the West Coast here, we're basically heavily into spring. Warmer temperatures, everything blooming. Very different. Very different climate. Alright, everyone. Well, I want to jump in. I want to jump in and start playing Battleborn. So, let's get through the gratuitous plugs. As you know, once a day, I take like 10 minutes to do gratuitous plugs. So, let us begin. If you enjoy my daily live streaming, my on-demand videos of gameplay on DSPGaming, the vlogging over on the King of Hate Vlogs, and my edited content on KO Gaming, which, by the way, I just released my review of Battleborn, I almost said. I just released my review of Quantum Break on Friday. I hope you'll check that out over on KO Gaming. If you like all that stuff, you want to see it continue, you want to see me be able to continue to play this game, to play games, cover games, and do daily live streaming and on-demand video full-time, there are several ways that you can help promote the business and allow me to do that. And the first and foremost is obviously to watch all the videos, duh, but also to spread the word about them, to let people know that you watch my stuff and that it's entertaining, let them know what's going on with me. Social media, on Twitter, @TheyCallMeDSP, and I also have an Instagram account called TheyCallMeDSP, where I post up daily schedule updates, as long as my thoughts about all kinds of stuff in pop culture and news, and, you know, it's not just total tweeting nonstop like some people, but it is pretty fun, and I love the social interaction that I have with people on there. So you can check that out, and obviously if you like the tweets and stuff that I put out, if you could like them or retweet them, the more social media reach that I have, the better. The bottom line is, the more social media reach that a business has online these days, it helps promote the business. So that's a good thing. In addition to that, there's also my Amazon associate link in the description of the videos and live streams that you can check out. And if you check that out and you live in the United States, all you need to do is click on that link and then shop as usual as you would on Amazon, and it helps me out. Apologies to my international viewers, of which I know there are many. It does not work for international viewers, and I would actually have to set up a separate code for every single country on the planet to do it internationally, so that's not worth it. But if you do live in the United States, it's a way to help. What else? Well, of course, there is Patreon at patreon.com/DarksidePhil, where you can pledge a monthly pledge. And that pledge not only obviously helps me to continue on with my business, to pay my bills, to keep doing this full time, you also get personal perks like getting your forum account upgraded on thekingofhate.com and being able to vote on events. In fact, right now, patrons from the month of March are voting on this Blizzard Marathon that's going to happen at the end of April. I'm really excited for it. Right now, World of Warcraft is in a huge lead, but that could change. So we'll have to see what happens over the course of this month. It's still pretty early on. In addition to that, you can also get text and verbal shout-out thank yous. You can also get your questions answered on my bi-monthly Q&A show, Ask the King, which is taking place this month. In addition to that, you can get a private Q&A video made. I believe I'm making 2 of those tonight, actually, for the people who pledged in March. So that's pretty neat. But also, you contribute to a large monthly goal with your pledge. And this month, I'm setting up the goal tonight. I don't want to spoil what it is. I think it's one that people are going to like. So check it out, patreon.com/DarksidePhil. Consider pledging. And the biggest deterrent that I hear from people when they say, oh man, you know, I'd really like to pledge, but, you know, I don't have a lot of money, and I know that, if I contributed something, it wouldn't do anything for Phil. Not true at all. The most successful people who use Patreon are people who have tons of pledgees who give $1 a month. I'm not joking. It's those low pledge amounts that add up that end up helping the most. So even if you don't have a lot of money, but you watch my videos daily, you're like, man, I love this, I hope Phil could keep doing this, consider pledging as little as $1. It really does help, and it racks up. Obviously, if you could give more, that's going to help out even more, but don't just write yourself off because, you know, I know I can't give $50, so I'm not going to bother. That's not the case at all. And ladies and gents, last but not least, of course, my girlfriend Leanna has a business called the Blackcurrant, where I almost misspoke because she entered the room as I was about to start plugging, and she distracted me. Let's try that again. My girlfriend Leanna has her own business. It's called the Blackcurrant. She sells handmade glycerin soaps and wax tart melts.
They're vegan.
They're vegan?
Yes. I didn't intend for them to be vegan. They just happen to be
vegan. Do
vegan.
you eat the soaps?
Well, some people like vegan products because you can put non-vegan soaps have animal lard in them. Do you want to wash with animal lard?
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, no, it's all vegetable based.
Oh, this is the kind of stuff you learn. I didn't know anything about this. So you can check it out at etsy.com/shop/the blackcurrant, spelled Currant. Gina Saji in the stream chat just put up a link if you'd like to check it out for yourself. She's had hundreds of sales. She's shipped hundreds of items, not only in the United States, but outside of the United States as well. She ships internationally to certain areas. She recently just launched her spring line of products, including great scents like ginger ale and Moroccan mint. And she also has just started offering, in the past month, reduced cost shipping to those who live in the United States. So a lot of people have said, oh, I'd really like to try it out, but the shipping's a little pricey. Well, if you live in the U.S., the pricing for the shipping has been reduced. So you're going to want to check that out, all right? A lot of people say, why does Phil plug this on his stream? We're gamers. We're not here to be caring about soap. And my answer to that is you'd be surprised because the majority of customers who've checked out her stuff usually have heard about us via YouTube or some kind of social media.
You all smell and you all need to wash.
Right.
Eventually.
They just, on a whim, they try out something. They're like, holy shit, this is really good. And then they end up becoming repeat customers. If you don't believe me, check out the shop for yourself. She's got so many big reviews, great reviews, 5-star reviews saying her products are amazing. It's better than the stuff you would buy in the store.
It's so good that the Kentish Rain soap that I made, what was it? The collection launched like the first week of March. I'm down to 1 bar left.
In only a month.
Yep.
So that's a big, if that's not proof right there that people are liking the stuff, I don't know what is.
Buy Bonsai too. Bonsai's the other male scent. It's woodsy without having to go all Tomb Raider and growing a beard.
And you know, keep in mind, we're talking about soap. It's not just about soap. It's about the wax tarts that are a great alternative to burning a candle. They make your house smell great, and there's no open flame. So if you have any kind of a fire hazard, like a pet that might be running around your house, which in the case of my parents, that's what happens. My parents have 4 cats that jump around the house and might knock over a candle or light themselves on fire. So they actually get the wax tarts, and they love them. So check it out, etsy.com/shop/the blackcurrant. Okay. That's it, everyone. Thanks for being patient. Time to end the pre-stream and get started. Check out Battleborn for the first time and see what it's like. And, all right. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for being here. It is time to begin. Who's ready? Are you ready? There you have it. All right, everyone, let us start.